Hey guys, this is Nirmal here for Technique, and today we're going to compare two smartphones, the Redmi 1S from Xiaomi with the Motorola's Moto G, the second generation one. Although these two smartphones cater to two different segments, the Redmi 1S being a budget smartphone and the Motorola Moto G being a mid-range phone, we still do a comparison because both the devices have almost similar specs. So that's the reason we are doing this comparison. So Redmi 1S is priced at 5,999 while the Motorola Moto G is priced at 12,999. So there is a huge price difference, but the spec wise both the devices have almost similar hardware. So we'll first take a look at the hardware in these two devices. So first we'll have a look at the Xiaomi Redmi 1S. So this device is now released in India and it's available exclusive to Flipkart, and this comes with a 4.7-inch HD display. It's powered by 1.6 GHz quad-core Snapdragon 400 chipset with 1 GB of RAM. The device has an 8 megapixel camera with LED flash, and it runs Android 4.3 Jelly Bean, and on top of that you have the MIUI, which is really powerful, and it's the version 5. So Xiaomi has already promised that the version 6 along with KitKat will be rolled out towards the end of this year. Now this phone also comes with 8 GB internal storage, and you can expand the storage via micro SD card. So you have pretty good options with this 5.9K device. Now let's talk about the new Motorola Moto G, which was released last week. So this device comes with an upgraded 5-inch HD display and is powered by the same Snapdragon 400 chipset which was powering the previous generation Moto G as well. It also comes with 1 GB of RAM, and it has 16 GB internal storage, and it has support for micro SD card. So that's one big change with the new generation Moto G. You can now expand the storage via micro SD card, and it has a 8 megapixel camera with LED flash. Again, there is an upgrade to the camera. Previous generation had the 5 megapixel camera, so now it's gone to 8 megapixel. So that's the spec on these two devices. Further, there is Android 4.4 KitKat powering the Motorola Moto G. So now let's take a look at the detailed aspect of these devices. So first up, let's talk about the display. We have both the devices with HD display. One is a 4.7-inch HD display, the other one is a 5-inch HD display. Now looking at the display, you can't really recognize which is better, because both the displays are really good and exhibit really good colors, and the viewing angles are also really good. But the pixel density on the Redmi 1S is higher because it has a smaller display, and it's again the HD display. So for that matter, we would say that slightly better display among the two is the Redmi 1S, because the display on the Redmi 1S is really sharp and with great viewing angles and also sunlight readability. The Motorola Moto G also has a good display, but the pixel density is the only factor which is lower on the Motorola Moto G. So overall, we can't really say one display is better than the other, but there is a slight edge for Redmi 1S because it has a better pixel density, because it is lesser in size. The display size is just 4.7 when compared to 5-inch on the Motorola Moto G. Now talking about the design and build quality of these two devices, you can see here both have totally different kind of design. Motorola Moto G has the same design as that of a previous generation, and the Redmi 1S is a pretty candy bar kind of phone. There isn't much excitement in the design of Redmi 1S, while the Motorola Moto G is pretty much better than the Redmi 1S in the design aspect. When you talk about the build quality of these two devices, both have the matte finish back panel, and you can say that the Redmi 1S has a better matte finish back panel which feels really premium than the Motorola Moto G. So in the design, we would say that the Motorola Moto G is better, because even with a 5-inch display, it is slightly lighter than the Redmi 1S. But on the build quality aspect, we would say that the Redmi 1S is better than the Motorola Moto G. Now talking about the software and performance aspect, the Redmi 1S comes with Android 4.3 Jelly Bean and has the custom MIUI. So MIUI is really powerful UI. So we have talked about the MIUI version 5 quite a lot of times in our video, and it's really one of the brilliant implementations of Android. And you can see there are lots of things you can customize on this UI. You can see the settings is really feature rich. There are tons of customization offered on this UI, and you can even choose themes, lock styles, and a lot more. So UI wise, this software is really powerful, and although this does not come with Android 4.4 KitKat, you don't really feel that you're running an outdated version of Android, because it is offering tons of features which is not even found on the core Android. Now coming on to the Motorola Moto G, it runs Android 4.4.4 KitKat, and that's the latest version. Even though this is the latest version, there isn't much change with the UI. It looks almost similar to what we had on the previous generation Moto G. But one good thing about the Motorola Moto G is that Motorola has already promised Android L update for this device, so that's pretty good. So if you're looking for core Android on your phone, then Motorola Moto G makes better sense, because you will get Android L update as well. But on the Redmi 1S, the Android L update might not look really good, because it has a totally different UI, and with MIUI version 6 it has a flat UI. So probably if you're looking to buy the if you're looking to buy the Redmi 1S, you shouldn't be really worried about the latest software, because it's powered by a totally different UI, the MIUI, which is really powerful and feature rich than the core Android. Now talking about the performance, we would say that the Motorola Moto G is a better performer here, because the MIUI takes up a lot of RAM, and if you're looking to play games on these two devices, we would say that the Redmi 1S has an issue with gaming, because it crashes a lot of high-end graphic rich games because of lack of memory. But on the other hand, the Motorola Moto G does not have any such issue, and the performance is pretty fast. The overall performance of Redmi 1S is really good, only issue being the gaming performance, which is not ideal for gaming. So while the software aspect, we would say that the MIUI version 5 on Redmi 1S is better than the core Android we find on the Motorola Moto G. But then the performance aspect, the Motorola Moto G is better than the Redmi 1S. Now moving on to the camera of these two devices, although both the devices have the 8 megapixel camera with LED flash, we already said that both the devices have the 8 megapixel camera, we can say that the features being offered on a camera is much better on the Redmi 1S, because it offers lots of options like HDR, panorama, which again is available on the Moto G as well. But the amount of features like customization like ISO, exposure, white balance, scene modes, and a lot of other options available on the Redmi 1S. While on the Motorola Moto G, the UI is very simple and there isn't much features to offer. Now talking about the photo clarity and also the video recording, the Redmi 1S supports 1080p video recording, while the Motorola Moto G supports only 720p recording. So that's one advantage for Redmi 1S. Now talking about the camera quality, the photo quality, we can't say that one device is better than the other, because both really have great camera performance. We already done a video comparing the photo quality of these two devices, so you can just check out those videos to see that both the devices are really great. We can't really pick one. Probably we would say that there is slight edge for Motorola Moto G in the daylight captures, while in the night shots we would say that Redmi 1S is slightly better. So it's a mixture of both on the cameras, so we can't really say one camera is better than the other. So both produces really good shots, but considering the price point of the Redmi 1S is priced just 5,999, we would say that the Xiaomi has done a really great job with the camera. Now talking about the battery performance, both the devices have almost similar capacity battery, that's 2000 milliamp hour. It's very close to the 2000 milliamp hour capacity, and the battery life on both the devices are really good. You can easily get 1 day of usage with the battery, and again here there is no clear winner, because both the devices exhibit pretty good battery life. So that's the detailed comparison of the Xiaomi Redmi 1S with the Motorola Moto G. So if you are deciding to buy a new phone, which one should I take? So considering the price aspect, we would definitely say the Redmi 1S is a real good bargain, because it has lots of features like HD display, it's Snapdragon 400 quad-core processor, then you have the MIUI, 8 megapixel camera, and a really good battery life. Except for the gaming issues, which we mentioned already on our video review of the gaming performance, every other aspect the Xiaomi Redmi 1S is really good. Now for additional the amount you pay for Moto G, you just get 8 GB of extra storage and a bigger display. Rest all features being almost similar to the Redmi 1S. So if you're looking for a budget smartphone with a mid-range specs, then definitely Redmi 1S is a great buy. If you're looking for a bigger display and a better gaming performance, then the Motorola Moto G is the better buy here. And also one good thing about Motorola Moto G is that if you're worried about Android updates, then you better pick the Motorola Moto G, because Motorola has already promised the Android update for this device. So that's all with a detailed comparison of these two devices. Hope you like this video. If you like this video, do hit the like button. If you have any queries on this, just drop a comment and we'll be glad to help you out with your queries. Do subscribe to your YouTube channel for more updates, and thanks for watching this video.